Today we're going to share our thoughts and experience with the 75-day plan, a pre-season focused program to have us ready for the 2024 triathlon season.
Think 75 hard, but tailored for a couple who loves to swim, bike, run, and lift.
The 75 hard challenge had been going around, so we thought, why not do our own, but put our own spin on it.
We dubbed it TST 75 because it's something Caitlin and I collaborated on and established the rules of the plan together. That was important so we would both have ownership in it and, in turn, would encourage accountability.
The guidelines were that we would do 2 workouts a day with each being at least 45 minutes. Eating clean, weigh in every day, and take progress photos once a week. Being triathletes, doing 2-a-days wasn't anything new, but to do that 7 days a week for almost 11 weeks did present itself to be challenging.
Now, there were some days we didn't get every workout in, but that was minimal. We never skipped a session without extenuating circumstances.
One grace we gave ourselves was that we would only do 1 workout on Fridays. For the past year or so, we have always used Fridays as our rest day, and that has worked well for us. So on Fridays, we would leash up our kids and go for a stroll. We'd count that as our 45-minute workout.
In all, there were a total of 176 workouts in the plan over the course of those 75 days. In total, we did not do 13 of them, but we did complete 163 sessions total.
The workouts that we did rotated between running, riding on Zwift, strength training and core, Aaron Carson's Monday mobility, and just a few swim sessions sprinkled in.
My priority was big picture, getting my fitness back, and most importantly, losing weight. Without high volume training, it's harder for me to manage that, so I knew I had to make some big changes to see some big results. I did things differently. Of course, I wanted to work on building a run base and upping my bike FTP, who doesn't, right? But I knew those would come as a result of the process if I stayed committed and consistent.
What did I personally prioritize in the plan? Well, a big chunk of what the 75-day plan was to focus on the run. And my intent for these runs was it to be easy zone 2. It is easier said than done to run easy for all the runs. But I knew this was a long game, and I wanted to stay true to the plan. So I made it a priority to keep it easy and the heart rate in check. Because all runs were easy zone 2, I noticed quickly that I became very in tune with my body. Because I didn't have interval times or paces to keep my mind occupied, I used that focus to become more aware of my form. So what was my end game for the 75 days? With any athletic endeavor, you hope to become more fit at the end of the plan. And I do believe that is exactly what has happened. I've had multiple 30+ mile weeks, and for the months of January and February, both were over 120 total miles for the month. I have never had that type of run base going into any season. And with the clean eating, I have trimmed up, and I might also have my own 6-pack by the time our first triathlon rolls around.
What I hope to achieve by the end of the 75 days, well, the main goal was losing weight. At the beginning of the plan, I was targeting to lose about 28 pounds total. I knew it all wouldn't come off in the 75 days, and I was fully invested in a longer-term process to do it the right way, to be healthy about it. I also didn't look at the number on the scale until the end of the 75 days. Now, you're probably scratching your head, like, how does that happen? Well, fortunately, our scale has an eyes closed mode. And for me, it's best that I don't get caught up in the daily fluctuations, the periods of slow weight loss, no weight loss, or even weight gain, because weight loss is not linear. And it can definitely be a roller coaster on the scale and also a roller coaster emotionally. And I knew that that would not be good for me if I was fixated on a number every single day. But I did weigh in every single day as part of the plan. I gauged my progress by looking at the weekly progress photos we were taking, and noticing a change in how my clothes fit. When I did finally look at the numbers, I was stoked to see a loss of 16.5 pounds. Now, I still have some more to go, but I know the process is working, and that gives me validation for what we're doing.
We decided to start this in December because we had a couple indulgent weeks after Indian Well 70.3 early in December. We were both feeling ready to get back into the routine, and the 75-day plan was the thing to get us back on track without necessarily getting back into any triathlon-specific block.
Yeah, we started this plan in December. It's easy to get caught up and kick the can down the road. Oh, we'll start Monday, or we need to eat all the bad food in the house first, or it's the holidays and I deserve to indulge. Well, by then it's 1, 2, 3 weeks or a month later, and that's weeks of progress and opportunity lost. So why not get started and get to those goals sooner? I can say that I haven't looked back and said, well, I wish we would have waited till the new year to start. Now I'm that much more ahead for the 2024 season.
So just to kind of give you an idea of what kind of progress I made, our very first long run of the first week was 70 minutes. I went 6.7 miles with a 10:19 pace. Now taking it back just a couple weeks ago to my longest run of the plan, 15 miles, 2 hours, 22 minutes, 9:28 pace. Boom. How about that? I would say definitely big progress was made during the 75 days.
There has definitely been some progress in this plan. Our first long run was 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, that was our long run, 1 hour and 10 minutes. My pace on that day was a 12:36 per minute mile. By the end of the 75 days, our long run was up to more than 2 hours, and my pace improved to a 10:34 minute mile. I actually even had some long runs in there and a half marathon we did that was in the 10:20, so I know that I'm improving. I'm also averaging well over 25 miles a week of running, and that is a key to me because I've always been a triathlete that needs the higher volume. I've had some 30-mile running weeks, and I've had some 120-mile running months. January and February to start the year, I'm over 100 miles a month, and that's really exciting. Now for the bike, we've been following the Zwift 10 to 12 week FTP Builder program, and we're wrapping it up this week. So we'll share an update on that progress and the plan specifically in an upcoming video. So keep your eyes peeled for that. However, I do know I am making gains on the bike, and the rides are getting easier in relative terms. And I also upped my FTP setting by 10 watts earlier in the program because sometimes the sessions weren't challenging enough. So I took the risk, knew it was going to be harder at the moment, but I knew it would pay off. I cannot wait to see what that progress might be when we do our ramp test. Aside from performance metrics, the recovery is improving as well. Sleep has improved from an average sleep score of 80 before the 75-day plan started to my current average of 89. All in all, a lot of positives have me eager for what's to come. Typically, when we start a triathlon season and triathlon specific training, it seems like we're always playing catch up. Catch up from the off season where, of course, we let our guard down and we have some indulgences and we have more fun and more relaxation and less structure. And that's okay, that's healthy, definitely. But at the same time, it seems like every triathlon block, when we get started at the beginning of a season, we play catch up more often, and so we are just trying to scrap back the fitness that we had the previous season.
At the start of the year, we have never been where we currently are, and this base that we have built is just gonna slingshot us way ahead of where we have been prior years.
Now we're going into the season with one hell of a base, if I might say so. And that's got me excited to see how the progress is going to evolve and how we're going to handle the workouts, the workout load, and ultimately why we're here doing this, how it's going to come together on race day.